You know that thing in movies where someone goes in for surgery and gets anesthesia, and then they wake up to their family going, "So, you hate your Aunt Zelda, huh?" I knew it. Yeah, apparently anesthesia turns you into a babbling fool, unable to control what comes out of your mouth, or so the internet says. I'm Dr. Daniel Medell, an anesthesiologist, and today we're going to find out if there's actually any truth to that idea, or if it's just another Hollywood myth. Spoiler, it's probably safer than you think, but the why behind it is actually pretty fascinating. Let's check it out. So first, let's be honest. People do say funny and sometimes embarrassing things before, during, and after anesthesia. If you've ever been on TikTok, you've probably seen those videos of people waking up after wisdom tooth surgery saying ridiculous things like, "I'm a dolphin now," or "Did Beyonce just wink at me?" The myth likely comes from those moments. The idea that anesthesia lowers your mental filters the same way alcohol does. And I get why people make that connection. Both can affect your brain's frontal lobe, the part responsible for self-control and judgment. But the thing is, anesthesia is not alcohol. It doesn't make you more willing to talk. It makes you less able to form coherent memories or thoughts in the first place. That's an important difference because spilling a secret requires you to remember the secret and then form a sentence about it, both of which anesthesia tends to mess up. All right, let's get down to the science without putting you to sleep. See? Okay, general anesthesia is a medically controlled state where we knock out consciousness, pain perception, memory formation, and muscle movement all at the same time. We do this by using a combination of drugs that target different neurotransmitter systems in the brain. The two big players here are GABA, which slows brain activity, and NMDA, which is involved in memory and learning. When these drugs hit, your brain kind of goes into like a low power mode. It's not just that you're unconscious, it's that your ability to process new information is temporarily on vacation. That's why for most patients, there's no memory of anything during surgery. And even in lighter sedation states, like for dental work or colonoscopies, the amnesia effect is still pretty strong. So if you're picturing yourself chatting away with the OR team about your private life, I wouldn't worry about it. Even if you do say something like that, your words aren't coming from a place of clear, logical thinking, so chances are nobody will even know what you're trying to say or pay much attention to it anyway. As I've mentioned before in other videos, not all anesthesia is the same. General anesthesia means you're pretty much completely knocked out. Your chances of saying something secretive are basically zero because your brain is offline and not really capable of forming coherent speech. And even if you could, there's probably going to be a big breathing tube down your throat, so yeah, that's not happening. But sedation, like what you get for minor procedures, that's different. In that twilight state, you're a little bit drowsy, relaxed, and not forming memories well, but you might just be awake enough to be able to respond to questions. This is where most of those funny post-op quotes come from. You might say something silly, but because your brain is impaired, it's rarely a calculated, revealing confession. Most of it is just random thoughts slipping out without the usual, "Do I really want to say this?" filter. But here's the thing, medical teams know this happens. We're trained to treat anything a sedated patient says as private and probably irrelevant. We're not writing down your gossip in the medical chart. That actually would make us look bad, not you. Even with sedation, the odds of you revealing your deepest, darkest secret are pretty minuscule. Those kinds of secrets live in long-term memory, and accessing them requires focus and mental effort, something you don't have very much of under anesthesia. Instead, what tends to come out are surface-level, in-the-moment thoughts like, "I'm hungry," or "Sometimes my dog wears a hat." Plus, because your short-term memory is impaired, if you did say something personal, you probably won't even remember doing it. And most of the time, the staff in the room won't remember either. Not because they're sedated too, but because they hear similar random comments all day, every day. Now, while I can't share any patient identifying information, I can tell you that healthcare workers have pretty much heard it all. Patients waking up from anesthesia insisting they just won the Olympic gold medal in powerlifting, people professing their undying love to the nurse holding their hand, or the classic, "When does the surgery start?" even though it's already over. These moments are part of what makes recovery rooms kind of fun to work in, and I'll be honest, sometimes the hardest part for the staff is keeping a straight face while you're telling us the same joke for the 4th time in a row. Now, the actual concern with anesthesia isn't that you're going to tell us your secrets, it's that impaired thinking could lead you to make some pretty bad decisions right after surgery. This is why hospitals often insist that you have someone escort you home. Not because they think you'll give up your Netflix password to some random stranger, but because your judgment, balance, and reaction time are still affected for several hours. Think of it like your brain's operating system is in the process of rebooting. It's kind of back on, but not all the apps have finished loading. During that time, making major life decisions or posting on social media are probably not great ideas. So, can anesthesia make you spill your deepest, darkest secrets? Not really. It can make you a little bit goofy, it can make you repeat yourself, and it can absolutely make you forget entire conversations. But these anesthetic drugs are designed with very specific objectives, to keep you comfortable and safe during surgery, not to make you tell us who your favorite is. So, will they turn you into a human truth-spouting machine? No, not very likely at all. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and drop a comment telling us what kind of you prefer. I mean, let me know how much you love those cute little hospital socks they give you. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.